Hoping we have a significant impact in the America East. Hopefully we're successful in the conference, and that means, not only bringing it every night and growing mentally and doing all the things that we've talked about, but finding a way to win. And that's, we started to do that early. We went to Dartmouth and we didn't play very well, and we were losing late, and we found a way to win. And that's a mentality of a great team. We need to establish that mentality in our program. I think the mentality in the program is getting better. We're becoming more mature. Our approach is a lot tougher. I think our group is playing for each other a lot more, which is something we're trying to build here. We still have a long way to go. We don't want to be a program that's known for fighting really hard and losing. We're trying to get to a championship level. After we got back from Duke, we made some adjustments, and I think our guys responded really well. We've took some significant hits injury-wise that have kind of set us backwards as we're making progress. So you talk about it, you address it, and then you got to fight through it and forget about it. And there are opportunities for guys like Danny Evans, who's playing a lot of minutes. I had a conversation with him recently about how the minutes he's playing and being thrown into the fire has made him better already and will certainly pay off long term. A guy like Austin Howard, who stepped up and had some big games, really helped us win at Dartmouth. Wes Myers taking on more of a leadership role without Aaron being there, handling the basketball more. A guy like Andrew Fleming emerging as one of our best players already as a freshman. So the injuries are tough. It's part of the deal, but we look at them as opportunities. Guys have to step up. Everybody wants to play. Here's your opportunity to do so. I think we're pretty resilient. I think we're pretty tough. I think we're playing for each other. We're willing to play for each other. I also think there's a lot of room for improvement. The number of new guys, I think we went to Virginia Tech early in the year, Virginia Tech Longwood, our first weekend, and we played 11 guys. 8 of them were putting the uniform on for the first time, and that was before, Aaron got injured, for example. That was before all the injuries we've had, Ilya getting injured now. So you're talking about a lot of guys who are putting a uniform on for the first time, and I think there's a connectedness, there's a togetherness, there's a toughness in the mentality that we can really build on. That's going to be a part of our program. We just have to continue to get better and find a way to get over the hump when we're facing some adversity. I think toughness is really important. I think togetherness, sticking together when things get hard. We've had some of the games that ended up being close losses where, we fight and we're right there, and then maybe we get a bad break, or we don't get a stop, or we give up a couple of buckets, and now we've got to bring it together and find a way to get over that hump. So togetherness is really going to be important for us, and just a collective winning mentality. I want our guys to expect to win. I don't want our guys to get used to being the team that fights hard and loses. We prepare every day to be successful. We want to expect to do that. He loves having the basketball in his hands. There's no doubt about it. He's a playmaker. He can score, actually can shoot it a little better from the outside, but he tends to pass those up because he kind of loves contact, loves getting to the free throw line, loves getting into the paint and mixing it up. So he's a natural scorer for us. People are really loading towards him a little bit because of some of the other guys that are down. So he's been able to create for some of his teammates as well. But he's emerged as a leader for us and really matured. Now that, even though he's an experienced guy, this is still his first year playing for Maine. So he's got to continue to do that. He'll be a go-to guy for us moving forward without question. It's been really important because he's a terrific player. He's got a chance to be a go-to guy for us right now, and that's been great. But he also has such a great, mature mentality for a young kid. He comes in every day with a growth mindset, asking, what do I need to do better? He's not concerned with what happened around him or how many minutes, or maybe he got a bad break or foul calls. What can I do better? And that mentality is really going to rub off. Maine people love basketball. They love it. And there's so many people who saw him play at Oxford Hills, saw him play in the state tournament. There's such a great basketball mentality in the state. When we went down to Portland, there was a buzz in the crowd. A bunch of people from Oxford Hills came over. So, it matters that we have good players that can help us be successful. When they're from the state of Maine and there's a little bit more pride amongst the fans, it gives us a little boost. Yeah, our league is really good. You know, Vermont is the gold standard, and I think with the talent and depth they have, they're considered the favorite. But man, a lot can happen with all the programs in the middle getting better. So, you know, the coaches in the league are really good. We have established programs that year after year, Albany, Stony Brook, you know, UNH now, Vermont, you know, they're consistently good. But our guys feel good about our ability to compete in this league. They don't look at any team and say, well, hey, you know, they're just too good for us, or they have better players, or we're not going to be able to beat them. You know, we were tied with Vermont with about 5.5 minutes to go, and we weren't able to finish the job, and that's really the next step for this program. But it's a great league. It's a great coaches league. It's a competitive league. It's fun. You know, our guys feel confident about what we can do in the America East.
When it's time to tackle the tough winter jobs, break through with a Fisher XV2 V-Plow. Towering flared wings deliver snow rolling action like you've never seen. Hidden obstacles are a given, but the Fisher Trip Edge system ensures the plowed snow stays where it belongs, in front of the blade. Reliable double-acting cylinders lock the wings together at the touch of a button for straight blade operation or clean back dragging.
Learn more about the XV2 V-Plow at FisherPlows.com or by visiting Bangor Truck Equipment.
You support your Black Bears at the game. Now, you can support them everywhere you go. Introducing the exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings. The Black Bear debit card is free to you and supports the Black Bear Fund each time you use your card for a purchase. Just open a Red Wallet account at Maine Savings. Stop into our new College Avenue branch or any of our other convenient branches. Show your pride. Make a difference. The exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings.
Every moment, every action, every decision defines tomorrow. All your yesterdays have led you here, and here is the place where you can define tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be the first to greet the sun and the first to send it away. Tomorrow you'll meet him or her or this guy or them. This guy defined tomorrow, and so did she. This guy writes bestsellers and is shaking hands with that guy. We don't wait for tomorrow, we define it. Define tomorrow. Go to UMaine.
Well, it's marvelous, obviously, and it's like that almost everywhere we go. We had quite a few fans down in Bridgeport when we played there against UConn on Thursday night. Since I've been back here, we once played a series at Providence in the playoffs. I think it was the first year I was back, and you know, I thought we had over 1/3 of the building in Maine blue. So I think even our commissioner, Joe Britannia, has commented about how well Maine travels and as a program, its fans, and that our fans are the most dedicated of all in Hockey East. It's really special, and I think it's even more special for the players. Players don't often get to do that. We, you know, depending on where our players are from, they've probably played hockey outdoors, but it's not a huge event. It's not a meaningful game. It's just for fun. And then all of a sudden you have this opportunity to play a game that really matters outside and in a venue as historic as Fenway Park. It's pretty special. And the interesting thing is, it's obviously going to be special for the kids on our team who are from New England. We have quite a few Massachusetts kids and whatnot, but I really believe it's special for the players who come from other places too, because even though they may not have grown up with the Red Sox in Fenway Park, they're certainly aware, and it's really a magnificent thing. Robbie McGovern had a great game. Mark Hamilton, who's from Winthrop, he played particularly well. He doesn't show up as much on the score sheet, or he's not the goalie, but you know, he played a great game. And so I think, you know, you'd have to ask them, but they'd probably tell you it's quite meaningful to them. There are no easy opponents. There'll be some opponents that we face off against that will have better records than others. We'll be ranked higher in the polls. Will be higher in the standings than certain other teams, but they're all very good. And I think if we've learned nothing else, any team in Hockey East can beat any other team on any given night. So that's the best answer I can give you to that question. And we're the only Division I program, Division I university in the state of Maine. Southern Maine is more populous. We have the highest concentration of alumni in that part of the state for obvious reasons. And so I think it's important, and Maine has always played games in Portland. I mean, when I was here the first time, between 90 and 93, we played several games in Portland, and before I came back, I know they'd played games in Portland. I think what we've done now is we've taken another step where, as a department, we're willing to play some league games down in Portland. And building that up, I think, is important for the growth of the popularity of our sports team. I mean, basketball games down there and so on and so forth. I think that's important to the development of the whole athletic department and specifically to our hockey program. Our expectations are to continue to get better. So the things that we've struggled with, we've had our issues defensively at different times. So improving our team defense to the point where we provide our opponents with fewer opportunities and whatnot. Our execution on special teams, that's part of it. Our continued development as an offensive team, we've scored a heck of a lot more goals per game to this point than we did a year ago. So what we're looking for is this constant growth, in all phases of our games, and then the outcomes tend to take care of themselves. And if the issues that we've had primarily are consistency. It's been consistency from game to game, or it's been consistency within a game. And certainly last Saturday against the University of Connecticut, we played a full 60 minutes, and it was not without error, because no hockey game ever is, even at the National Hockey League level. But I mean, it was a very, very good performance, a solid performance. And our job is to not just say, well, hey, that was a great game. We have to build upon that. And when we do that, then positive outcomes will follow. I think you have to take special note that it's not just what the freshmen have provided, because our top two scorers are seniors, and already they've eclipsed what they produced offensively from a year ago. And I think if you ask them, they would tell you they weren't pleased with their overall offensive production a year ago, and they've been pretty consistent all year long doing that. So it's a combination of all of our upperclassmen, meaning sophomores on up, getting better. The evolution of players within the program is just as important as what your freshmen bring to the table. And the idea goes back to what we talked about earlier about growth. Everybody needs to keep getting better, and we need to keep getting better as a team, how we play collectively.
Golden outside or fluffy inside, deep pockets or delicious ridges, tasty egg or savory bacon. Experience Dunkin's new Belgian waffle breakfast sandwich. It's not this or that, it's all of it. America runs on Dunkin'.
Free delivery. When you make a purchase at EBS Building Supplies, we simply believe that your delivery should be free, no matter how big or how small. To anywhere in our coverage area, delivery is free. We believe your materials should get to your job site or project as fast as humanly possible to make your life easier and to complete your home improvement project faster. Free delivery from EBS Building Supplies can do. Just ask. Marvin Windows. At EBS Building Supplies, we believe the world looks better through Marvin Windows and Doors. That's why we dedicate a showroom to proudly show them off, so you can see the difference for yourself and imagine how they would look in your own home. After all, you wouldn't put just anything in your home. So when everything matters, choose Marvin Windows and Doors. With free delivery and a location near you, your window to the world awaits you at EBS Building Supplies. Can do. Just ask.
Introducing Dunkin's new cold brew coffee, steeped slowly in cold water for small batches with an ultra smooth, full-bodied flavor. Discover the craft of cold brew today and keep on. America runs on Dunkin'.
You know, we were really excited with the group that we had returning and the group that was coming in. We knew that we had talented kids, so we're looking forward to competing at a very high level. We also knew that it was going to take some time with 8 new kids, 10 of whom have never played before. So we knew it would take time, and we definitely had our bumps, you know, highs and lows along the way. But yeah, we were really excited and still am about our team. And the freshmen have come in and been awesome, you know. And I think consistency is something we're still looking for, and I think if anyone from the outside looks, they'll say, well, they're freshmen, they're going to be inconsistent. And while we understand that, we're still striving to get that consistent play every day, every practice, every game. So we've been really happy with how they've come in and their willingness to learn and work hard, and they've really adapted really well. Our schedule was planned very strategically. I mean, wanting to play the best we could and you know, get us ready for conference. You know, we played tough teams. You know, we played 3 of the top 5, top 10 teams, 2 of the top 5 in the country right now. And so while our wins and losses might not be the best in the conference, I believe our strength of schedule definitely is. And so hopefully the goal is to take the lessons that we learned and to really learn from them and apply them now that we're in conference. I think we need to you know, come prepared every day. We need to execute. We need to have confidence in ourselves and our teammates, and know what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are. You know, and it's kind of a learning curve to kind of figure that out. You know, what you were able to do last year, not at Maine, versus now is a little bit different. So we were able to learn those lessons while playing against very, very good teams. So. You know, we're not going to play on our schedule another South Carolina or another Mississippi State in our conference. So we need to remember that. That being said, anyone can beat us, you know, and so we need to learn our lessons and come ready to play every day. I think Blanca and Laya are 2 that probably have caught on more quickly than others, but I mean, I'm not surprised at their success they've had so far. You know, we knew when we were recruiting them, watching them play, how talented they were. What we didn't know necessarily is basketball IQ or work ethic. You know, we hope and we think we know what that is, but you don't really know that until they get here. And they've surpassed, along with the other 6, everything that we could have asked for. So their willingness to learn, their willingness to work hard, has just been fabulous. So. Siggy she's a quiet leader. She's not necessarily a rah-rah type of kid, but the kids look up to her and they see her work ethic and they see her understanding of the game and, you know, her talent, and they want to please her. You know, they want to work hard for her. And so to have someone like that to be able to help them out if they don't understand something or if their confidence is low, she's been through it all, you know, and so that is very helpful for them. I think I've learned that they're stronger than they thought they were. You know, there are times Division I women's basketball is tough, you know, and it's a long season, and it's a roller coaster ride a lot of different times, and so they're really strong individually and collectively. And I think they're ready to learn and really look at the things that we have learned in the preseason and apply them for conference play. So I'm just excited to watch them continue to grow. We'll go on the road and play, you know, really good teams, and there aren't a lot of fans at those games, you know, and our girls will kind of make comments that there's no one here, you know, and the Cross Center, our fans are just amazing, and so the ability to play in front of thousands of people every night when we play there is something that not a lot of college basketball players get to experience. And so it's fun, it's a great building, the band is amazing, you know, and just they just love playing there, and we love being there. So yeah, it's definitely a home court advantage. I know teams do not like coming up to Maine at all, non-conference or conference. It's a tough trip, and then you have to come and play in probably the best home environment in the conference. Not probably, it is, and so it's tough. We're second in the New England in attendance behind UConn, you know, and so that means, I know for me as a kid when I was being recruited, that was huge. I wanted to play in front of people, you know, it was fun. I wanted to do that. So we absolutely use that in our recruiting, and hopefully, you know, they realize how important that is, and they enjoy it, and I know our kids do. So if we're recruiting you and you do end up coming here, I know that that's important, and it's fun. It's fun. I think the league is wide open. Yeah, I mean there are a lot of new players, a lot of new coaches. You know, teams are still trying to figure themselves out and each other out. So yeah, I definitely think it's wide open. You know, give Vermont credit. They played hard. They beat us, you know, and so that hurt, that stung for these kids, and they don't want to see that happen again. So I think you kind of saw that at when we played UMBC. You know, they took it out on UMBC a little bit, and we hope we can bottle that up and keep it going. We're not going to see the level of athlete that we saw at Mississippi State. It's just a reality. I mean, they're fourth in the country, you know, and so I think that was one of the goals, is to prepare us to be ready for that. And so we've seen that. We know we can compete with that. So what's next? You know, who are we going to play next? What are they going to bring to us? So yeah, I mean, hopefully all of the experiences that we've had in the first 17 games we'll be able to kind of go back to those if we're in situations that are tough or tight. You know, we've been in situations that prepared us for that. One thing, we need to continue to build on our defensive intensity, you know, and I think our intensity is there. I think sometimes we're making mistakes and fouling or doing those kind of things. So to calm down there, execute, and then the word execute is huge for us, you know, defensively and offensively. We run a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of good actions, and when we execute it, we're really hard to guard. And I want to see our kids be confident in their offense and be confident when they shoot the ball and play together, and they're fun to watch when they do that. I know it's exciting for us. We only have to drive 2 hours down the road, so that's exciting, and we get to play in front of our home state. Honestly, I don't know how much they're really looking that far ahead, especially with such a young team. We're really focused on one day at a time with them, but I know for the upperclassmen and for the coaches, we're extremely excited to be having the tournament in the state.